2022 overall was a pretty good year for professional wrestling in-ring wise. Out of the ring, yeah, I'm not the guy who's gonna talk about that. Anyways, I fell in love with the stupid theater bullshit more than ever this year. I discovered promotions and wrestlers that truly captivated me and made me watch more wrestling than I had any year before. Originally, this was just going to be a top 10 matches of 2022 list, but I decided instead to expand my horizons and give myself more freedom to write about my favorite parts of wrestling. So without any further ado, hi, I'm Aiden, and albeit a bit late, here are my 5 favorite wrestling things of last year, and some honorable mentions.
Favorite entrance.
Go Shiozaki Cyber Fight Festival. I don't watch pro wrestling no much at all. In fact, I mainly watch the show for DDT and TJPW. But this entrance alone almost got me to watch the promotion. Inspired by ancient Rome, the lead-in with the gorgeous choir music and dances in the cathedral already made him feel like a king. But when the doors opened and Shiozaki rose from his throne with that ridiculously stupid long cape and the GHC Heavyweight Championship around his waist, he felt like a god. Camera during the entire entrance was also fucking mint. It's in my opinion not only the best entrance of the year, but the greatest entrance in pro wrestling history. I truly don't understand how you go through this much effort and money to make your star feel this important, and then have him lose to Satoshi Kojima of all people. No disrespect to Mr. Kojima, of course, still amazing for a Jace, but come on, man. Honorable mentions include CM Punk at Revolution, Neo Bishiki-gun at Grand Princess, Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 38, and Will Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom 17.
Favorite promo.
4-1 over Okada, the Rainmaker. People call him the greatest. Well, a 4-1 singles record against myself, and this right now says that I am the fucking greatest. Yes!
Jay White, Dominion. Every single time Jay wins or loses the title belt, he seems to cut a promo of the year, and this was no different for me. After getting the Osaka crowd to break the law during his awesome main event against Kazuchika Okada, this was King Switch at his absolute best. In 5 minutes, he proves why he's the greatest, makes Forbidden Door far more exciting, and begins or reopens potential feuds with like 5 different men. It's amazingly delivered, and that's not even mentioning his promo in the ring beforehand.
So fucking say something. Say something! I told you were my family! Are you not happy for me?
Chills, dude. Jay White's IWGP World Heavyweight title run might have been incredibly underwhelming, mainly due to a lack of defenses, but every time he cut a promo during it, it was absolute gold, and this was a terrific way to begin. Honorable mentions include Jon Moxley's return promo, MJF and William Regal's amazing Dynamite segment, MJF's promo on CM Punk before Revolution, Eddie Kingston's promo before Anarchy in the Arena, Matt Menard and Angelo Parker's promos after Blood and Guts, and Mina Shirakawa's babyface promo of the year after having her fucking jaw broken in ring.
Favorite pay-per-view.
It's Sunday! You know what that means! AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling present Forbidden Door!
This show truly should not have been as good as it was. The card was somewhat underwhelming and it was absolutely plagued with injury on both New Japan and AEW side. But somehow, someway, it was still the show of the year for me. Despite having a mostly lackluster build, every single match was good to great. The opening trios match was incredibly fun and an amazing showing for the future of New Japan Shota Umino. The 3-way tag match shouldn't have had that Dax injury angle, but still ended up being good. The 4-way to crown the first ever AEW All-Atlantic Champion I find to be incredibly underrated and a great car crash of a match with absolutely the right man winning. Los Ingobernables de Japón vs Bullet Club was pro wrestling guerrilla style chaos, which is always a great time. The women's title match was unfortunately very forgettable and the worst match on the show with a very dead crowd, but watching it, I found the match to still be alright. Orange Cassidy and Will Ospreay had a match of the year candidate for the IWGP US title, and Katsuyori Shibata? Claudio Castagnoli's debut against Zack Sabre Jr. and subsequent match was a great time and an even better feel-good moment. The IWGP World Heavyweight 4-Way was a spectacle for the crowd reaction alone, even with the botched ending. And finally, the AEW World title match between Jon Moxley and Hiroshi Tanahashi was my most anticipated dream match in a long while. It didn't completely live up to my astronomical hype for it, but I still really liked it. The crowd going crazy for the Ace over Moxie will stick in my mind for a while. Also, Moxie blading off a sling blade. Come on man, we know you get off on it, but you gotta make it more believable than that. I really loved the show. Awesome pacing, great wrestling from start to finish, New Japan wrestlers finally getting to perform in front of an insane crowd again, and it gave us the screenshot. Honestly, pay-per-view of the year for this alone. Honorable mentions include TJPW Grand Princess, AEW Double or Nothing, Stardom Dream Queendom, and AEW Full Gear.
Favorite wrestler?
Jon Moxley. Seriously, how could it be anyone else? Jon Moxley is my favorite wrestler of all time, and he more than proved why this year. After a great string of return matches and promos, things really picked up with the formation of the Blackpool Combat Club, which for a time I really thought was the best thing in wrestling. And not long after. CM Punk went out with an injury and Mox put the entire company on its back in its time of uncertainty and chaos. Twice. His second run as AEW World Champion is what I think is the best in the company's history so far. His matches this year against Biff Busick, Tom Lawler, Brody King, both Konosuke Takeshita matches, Roosh, a super underrated one against El Desperado, Chris Jericho, and one we'll get to very soon, all speak for themselves. When it comes to the best wrestler, it really wasn't that close this year. Jon Moxley is professional wrestling. Now please, for the love of God, give him a vacation.
You thought I was dangerous before. Shit. These days, all I drink is blood!
Honorable mentions include Will Ospreay, Julia, Hangman Adam Page, Konosuke Takeshita, and FTR.
Favorite match?
I know that I'm not the same guy you faced before. You have beaten me, bruised me, battered me. There's nothing left that you can do to me. I am not scared of you, Jon Moxley. I am the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, and tonight, I earn your respect.
Let's be very, very clear. It is not my job to show you respect. I'm not your friend. I'm not your buddy. I don't care what William Regal thinks about you. This ain't Pure Rules. Tonight I have one job. Spill your guts all over the mat so we can find out exactly, finally, once and for all, what you are really made of.
Jon Moxley versus Wheeler Yuta. I first discovered Wheeler Yuta in 2021 when he fought Daniel Garcia for the Independent Wrestling TV title in a glorious 60-minute match. It ended up being very high on my matches of the year that year. I knew he was someone to keep an eye on, and this match proved me very right. This match was filmed on the same day as FTR vs Young Bucks 2 was streamed, and it somehow surpassed that already amazing match. This match told a simple but amazing story of Yuta trying to prove he was on or near Mox's level, and he damn sure made it so that everyone knew what he was made of. The pre-match promos outline this perfectly. Frankly, everything about this match is perfect. Yuta instantly showing his newfound grip by gunning for Mox before the bell, Yuta's phenomenal blade drop that he still fights through, Mox's cockiness that quickly turns into, oh shit, I need to end this before it turns bad after the table spot, and the gorgeous ending. After one of the best hope spots I have ever seen with Yuta inches away from getting Mox to tap out, Mox unloads everything onto Yuta, and insane amounts of hammering elbows into a Death Rider that I'll just let the moment speak for itself.
Shift! High angle paradigm shift! 1, 2! Oh my god, Yuta kicks out again! You gotta be kidding me now!
Mox instantly realizes the situation and finally puts Yuta away after 13 minutes of glorious professional wrestling. The look on his face just says it all. What the hell is with this kid? The post-match is just the cherry on top. Yuta's efforts are rewarded as he is inducted into the Blackpool Combat Club with my visual of the year, writing BCC on his chest with the blood from his covered face. It's just amazing. Please go watch this if you haven't. Long list of honorable mentions here because there was just so much good wrestling this year. I guess you could consider this a de facto top 10. House of Black vs Death Triangle, Miyu Watanabe vs Miyu Yamashita, The Elite vs The Dark Order, Azumi vs Starlight Kid, Will Ospreay vs Tetsuya Naito, Anarchy in the Arena, any FTR's Briscoe match, Sayuri vs Julia, and Will Ospreay vs Kazuchika Okada. And that's my list. It was really fun to make. I want to try and expand it more next year, or just make a top 20 wrestling matches at the end of it. We'll see what happens. Let me know your favorites in the comments below. Happy New Year, and take care of yourselves. You've earned it.